We're missing somebody. We're missing one.
Oh,
We're missing Andrea doesn't feel well.
Oh, did she write in?
Yep.
She did.
Does she have a doctor's note?
I think he's writing a note.
Which I have Discord. Dear Andrea, as you know, I don't use Discord during streaming. So to let me know anything on Discord is irresponsible. But let's not talk about this now because I don't want to ruin the intro.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll talk over the intro. Is what I'm trying to get to. Wow,
I was going to make fun of Visora for not liking Chrome tabs. But wait, I should wait for this to finish.
No, Chrome tabs are good. No, I like Chrome tabs.
Well, here's the issue. Since you mentioned it,
yeah,
I've looked at how much memory they use.
Is that right? Well,
yeah.
Which one? Which one do you guys like? Whoa, hold on. Well, let's go with this one. That's ours. Okay, how much memory do they use?
Tons. And if you don't
literally,
like, I can tell you right now, I have this space open on your channel. That's 366 megabytes.
Mm-hmm.
I've got this tab open. That's 444 megabytes. And I did similar tests with other browsers, and they're like half. And that's with my settings tuned so that it doesn't auto load assets on pages. It's crazy, dude.
I wonder what happens with extensions. I wonder if that increases because I'll use extensions and just okay. This is
my camera.
This is another reason why some smarty pants out there needs to build us a platform of our own.
Some smarty pants.
We need this space tube right now. Sandee, you've had two political coffee house episodes on this space. How are you like? Three?
Yeah, 3. Pretty much 3. Let's see. 3, 1. I'm looking through 1. I think 3. Yeah, 3. Yep, I did.
Yeah, nice.
Yep,
right
I've
on.
enjoyed it. Yeah, I have enjoyed it. It's like it's giving me the look forward to, something I've been completely feeling very not motivated. Put it that way.
It's easy to
yeah.
feel.
Oh yeah. It's very easy to feel when you're reading about the fact that they want to squelch free speech, which tonight, I guess he said, I think it was in the burning of the American flag, but Orange Turd said he's gotten rid of free speech.
Did he really?
Yes, he really
did.
yeah,
I saw a clip of that right before I went live earlier.
Oh,
rid of free speech.
Please,
yep.
Look, we're outside of the tyranny of Andrea and needing to be right or having a concept of what the show should be. Let's play some clips. Let's play that clip.
Well, if you find it, I don't have anything pulled up. I didn't pull anything up. But I do want to talk to you guys about a few things that are. I didn't do a show last night. I was going to talk about this, but this new thing, anti-Christian, it can't be anti-Christian, anti-capitalist, or anti-Trump, right. And that is what NP. I keep forgetting the numbers or the letters in the number. Something -7.
Oh yeah, it's like NPBM.
Yeah, but I've been having a lot of bad feelings.
They always have like a catchy name for shit unless they don't want you to remember it, right? It's
I know, and I keep forgetting it. Yeah, right. Big bullshit bill. All right, somebody's asking, so I'm telling her Andrea doesn't feel good. She's tired. She did a show today too, and I certainly understand being tired. I'm always tired. Today, I didn't even do that much. I was out in the garden though. It's cleanup time, And tonight we're having a frost, so I had to cover the cabbage and the Brussels sprouts, which are left outside, still growing. And we had rain yesterday, second rain in 3 months, I think it was. I mean, we've had such a bad drought.
Yeah. Okay, I think I don't know. I'm trying to find I just want a video on Blue Sky. You know what I mean? That I can just queue up.
Yeah.
Not I can't find it on X because I deactivated X.
Oh, okay.
The thing is, well, because somebody bought that blue check for me to get the channel back. I got the channel back, and I get quite a lot of views on X for the show.
I got
the thing about it is that I found myself getting involved in toxic conversations, and
Right.
it's not
Because that's what
safe,
you do there.
but it's not safe for me where I live. It's not safe. I'm looking at my own safety under this parameter now of what's happening out there, like I'm all over the internet. My name is everywhere. And some people are giving me like these paranoid things, and some people are saying, "Oh, it'll be fine," but I don't think it'll be fine.
Need that
And
delete me thing. Here,
well,
let's
I
listen.
don't know. I asked my brother what's good to get off, but I'm still on. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to change like my playlists and things like that. Okay,
Look, I
let's
mean,
hear it.
Don't
Okay.
change what you do because
No,
of these
yeah.
people.
I mean,
I'm
to some
changing what I
degree,
do.
to
I
some
am.
degree, you can always modify how you do things, but I'm not going to live in fear of.
It's not fear.
I mean, I don't want this to come across as like my advice to anybody, but yeah, I don't,
It's
look,
hard
at
to
a minimum, you're
it's
not
very
doing
much
the toxic nature of X. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I'm off there. I'm thinking maybe only YouTube and Substack.
you have control over the amount of bullshit coming at you, and like being on Twitter is a real distortion of reality,
Well,
I think.
I'm only going to go back on Saturdays when I'm doing things and listening to the
So you
climate
kept the
crisis.
account.
Well, yeah, because I want to hear Climate Crisis Club. I'm very involved with those people, and they stay in their lane, and they do a space on Saturdays, and people from all over the world talk and come in.
Let's
And
listen. This is in
so,
context of the flag, but weird
yeah.
choice of words. Hopefully,
All right.
this is everyone can
Let's
hear
do
it.
it.
Assaulted in Portland by a flag burning mob, and we've made it 1 year penalty for inciting riots. We took the freedom of speech away because that's been through the courts, and the court said you have freedom of speech. But what has happened is when they burn a flag, it agitates and irritates crowds. I've never seen anything like it on both sides, and you end up with riots. So we're going on that basis. Was assaulted in Portland by a flag burning mob, and
who was
we've
assaulted in
made it
Portland?
1 year penalty.
So
Okay.
anyway, yeah. I mean,
Assaulted by a flag.
why is he?
Just cut that.
He's just like a rambling weirdo. It's so hard for me to like get past.
I know,
why
but
is this
he said
happening,
it in about the flag burning. But the thing is, he said it.
Yeah,
And
Jake,
then,
why do you think he said it that way?
Free
What's your
speech
take
warrior.
on that?
Why did he say assaulted by a flag burning
No,
mob?
why
or
did
what?
he say
We took away free speech.
We took away free speech,
We
and
took
then
away
he's
their
talking
freedom of speech.
in the parameter of using the flag for burning it. Like, who really fucking? How many people burn a fucking flag, really?
Because it's on his mind. He is not contrary to what people say. He's not a good liar, so he can't do subtlety. So he knows he was briefed on. We have to talk about what we're doing with the flags. He knows that he has got to roll out this policy, and stupidly, he did not walk the line. He didn't spin it very well. He just said what it is. They're taking free speech away.
I know.
So yeah, that's like his weird way of saying,
admitting what he's doing.
They refer to burning the flag as their freedom of speech. So we took their freedom of speech. Like he's being sarcastic without sounding sarcastic.
Well, he can't.
Like it's just
not
such
even
a
sounding
monotone
anything.
weirdo.
Yeah, monotone. He is really, and I think he's dementia riddled. There's a lot to talk about besides that. But what I wanted to talk about with you guys was this whole thing. It's not that I have fear. It's that I am a certain demographic. I live a certain way. I live, and I don't know. I just don't really want to bring a lot of attention to myself under these new parameters. But then is that
not hiding?
Is that capitulating? Maybe it is. That's why I want to talk to you about it, because maybe it fucking is. I mean, I went through a whole paranoid thing this week, and I said, I'm not doing a show last night. And I'm talking to I am talking to a friend from Portland who's telling me that it's such bullshit what's going on there. But yet she says, that there's some merit to certain aspects. I guess they had some crap go down like last year, or whenever it was, but she's making me paranoid. She's like, you got to get your passport. I'm like, where am I going? Where am I going?
Look, I mean,
in the house. Where am I going? No
there
matter
are
how bad it
things.
gets.
There are things you can do in your life, like have a first aid kit around, have a jam bag or whatever they call it. Like, since
I
our
have a
power went
bug
out
out bag. I
and
have
we had,
all that.
yeah, the bug out bag, but I have it because we could lose power for a week or
Right.
so. You know
I've
what I
got
mean?
2
Like I
big
might want to
batteries.
roll. So, there are things you can do, but doing it out of like purely reacting to what they're doing is exactly what
But
they
that's
want.
why I'm
That's
talking
a
about
toxic
it.
vibe.
That's why I'm
Yeah.
here.
No,
I
yeah, I
talked
get
about
it.
it
I
with
get
my
it.
brother. My brother says, stick to what you've always stick to your environmental work, stick to your climate, stick to your environment, stick to your science. That's what you like.
Right.
Do what you like.
You're
And I'm
not doing
thinking,
anything
well,
wrong.
I said, but I just started this whole political thing. But you know what? I've realized basically, except for the affirmative actions show, I've done my political thing in the parameter of the EPA and all of the environmental shit anyway. So I guess I'm just not, I'm never going to be the I've had it girls. I mean, I know that.
I don't know that. I
Me?
think you speak to that demographic very well. I think you have the same amount of charisma. I'm
And I get 300 views
betting
on this fucking video.
I'm betting on your inevitable eventual popularity. But I
Oh,
do think
Jesus.
that have you ever are you a sadist and have you watched like a gazelle getting hunted by
Oh,
a
God, yeah.
lion?
Seen those, yeah. Seen
Yeah.
those videos,
So
at least
Oh,
back
yeah.
in high school, Time
yeah,
Life or whatever. Yeah.
a lot of times they don't need like the lion relies on the fact that the rest of the herd will abandon whichever one's closest to the lions.
Okay.
And if we I mean, there's two ways to look at what you're doing. Thing number one is what is best for you immediately. And this is not nothing, is it important that we preserve voices who are anti regime? I think yes. But on the other hand, that does have to be weighed against if you make it to
Robin's
safety
with-
and the
Yeah.
next person makes it to safety. The people who will get snatched up are the people who can't make it to safety or the people who
Well, I'm
refuse
not
to run
leaving
from the
my place.
lions.
I'm not leaving so the lions
Yeah,
can come here.
I
I'm
would say
not leaving here. I have
keep
cats in
doing
my
what you're
life
doing
here. Well,
exactly as you've been doing.
Yeah, and Sandee, you have influenced and reached and informed and educated so many people. You have provided resources to people for years. It's why we were sick to our stomachs all summer when you didn't have your channel because
Yeah, it was
like it's a necessary thing. And look, you losing your channel because this happens, but it's the first time that I really thought, you know who's losing? The fucking viewers. This is ridiculous. They were giving their money and support to this person and now they can't. They weren't doing it out of sympathy. I mean, hey, feel free. If that's why you want to, I'll take it. But like you were providing a service, you were providing resources for people. And I think that's incredibly valuable. And the point we should be making when there is a disruption like what happened to your channel, that's unfair to like everyone, especially the person that, you who did all the work. But like don't play it down. Your reach is vital. Everyone you get to hears it. These big time podcasts, I barely listen to them. Like, so maybe they
Also,
get the click or the view, but
when
Well,
they take you down, it's very different than when they take Pep Talks down, for example. Like Pep Talks looks like he has it coming. If you're not watching his channel at all, he seems like the sort of person who should get taken down. You don't, and that has a lot of pull.
you mean because he's like in your face lefty?
But this was
Long hair.
AI shit, The AI
Yeah.
doesn't care, hon. AI moderation doesn't care.
I know.
It's going to spit out, it's going to take it in and spit out the garbage.
And
I
that's
mean,
my
that was your
point.
greater point.
That's
yeah.
why GNN is screwed up and that's wrong for him. I give him 3 months to get his channel back. I hope he does.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But
Wolf
that-
is,
but
but
that-
that's how long it takes.
I worry that you've missed what I was saying though, because that is exactly my point. It's an
Right.
irrational system that has taken you down, and it's good to make it obvious by having the people who are there to get taken down be people like Sandee from. I can't stress enough. Your show is Environmental Coffee House. It could not be more tame. I mean, it
Right.
challenges power. It's actually of use to people, but in terms of controversy, no. Come on.
I realized I had to get off X when I was answering some fucking right-wing moron, and he goes, "Oh my God, look, you're even posting with your business name." He thought I had a real coffee. I'm like, you idiot. I make no money here. And then I decided, I said, I got to get off this thing. I got to get off it. I
Oh,
mean, like I
God.
said, I'll be there. I'll go back on Saturdays only for Alex and Kim and Ollie and the people that I love on the Climate Crisis Club every Saturday. That's it. And I listen all day, and I do talk sometimes, but I mostly listen to these people because they're from all over and you learn from them. I wish they weren't on Spaces, but it works for them, but I had never even listened to a space before I found them. I don't even know how I found them. Oh, Bobby, so much. I like that nice
T-Bone's
person.
here, everybody. What's up,
I know.
T-Bone? Good to see
T-Bone,
T-Bone.
you sexy biker, you.
Hey, look, I went to the dentist this week for the first time in just over 10 years.
Really?
dang.
Yeah. So
You
it was like a
didn't go in,
brand new
10
dentist, and I
years?
found him purely by word of mouth.
Ah, shut up.
But no, seriously, I did go to the dentist, but it wasn't a big deal because I'm like 50 something. I know the drill.
I hate you. You're a bad person.
There was a moment where he was talking about a cavity. Turns out I didn't need one, but I thought it was funny because he had to take a phone call. And he's like, I'll fill you in when I get back. And I was like, no, you won't.
Oh my God. And you have them right at the tip of your tongue. There's another thing that's going on with me.
I did go to the
I'm
dentist and they
forgetting
found
shit.
no issues after 10 fucking years, which you're welcome. I'll
That
tell you
is
the
good.
method.
Well, as long as you floss and you scrape your
Yep,
tongue and
twice a day.
you do these things, yeah, you
Wash
can
your
be
mouth out
okay.
with peroxide.
Yeah, and I use sometimes diatomaceous earth with my
Diatomaceous earth.
diatomaceous earth with my toothpaste.
You can use
It
those
will-
for ants too.
Yeah, I know you can use it for it's all you
That
can use it for so
sounds
many things, but it works on
like
your
the
teeth.
alternative
Except
medicine
I
shop
had-
run by your inner city friend.
No, diatomaceous earth
it's
is like
fine.
a
It's-
landscaping thing.
But it's good
Ah.
for your it's food grade.
Like with the mulch.
Yeah, but what it has just enough of a where it
Take this pill. It's
good for your
diatomaceous
teeth.
earth.
It's okay.
It's like putting UV
And
rays on the inside.
It also kills slugs in your
Yeah.
hard
Digestive system.
in your garden, hard bodied,
Oh.
whatever, if you put it on the leaves. But it has many
Huh.
uses. But it's good for the teeth. That's good that you're doing that. I had Scott on my show last week. Scott, the end of the world party.
Yeah.
He's got the whitest goddamn teeth. He smiled, and I thought, "Oh my God, you're gonna blind me!" I'm like, "How do you have such white teeth?" And I'm going like this to him. How do you have such white teeth? And now
They
you
did.
went-
They looked at my X-rays and they were like, they said, "Oh," and I was like, "What's up?" And they were like, "No, this is good." And
Yeah,
I
it's
was like,
great.
"Good, like you have you're gonna make a lot of money off me, or good, like." And she goes, "No, you're good. You look fine. How long's it been?" I was like, "It was this year in 2015, I think."
Jeez,
And
10 years.
they're
I
like,
go
"Why'd
every
you
6
stop
months.
going to the dentist?" And I was like, "Because I lost the insurance."
I go, it's
And
not
they
that
said,
much to have your
why'd you?
teeth cleaned.
No, but like I didn't need it. I felt
Right.
well, okay.
You took care of
You
yourself.
definitely need to like get your teeth clean, but I had I have a process or whatever. Like I take care of it, and obviously there's no problems. But like even I thought there was gonna be something after 10 years.
I think
I don't
that's
have any
great.
pain, but
Very proud of you.
they were like, your
just-
gums look great.
I go every 6 months religiously. I
Oh,
pay
wow.
I pay my dental insurance.
That's what
and
I'm doing now.
Yeah, but I'm older. I have nothing wrong with my
It's
teeth.
related
either.
to your heart.
Yeah, I have
It
perfect
really
teeth,
is.
perfect gums. Nothing ever happens. So
All
that's
that
really good.
bacteria and plaque buildup, that's the
Yep.
exact same stuff they find in your arteries. Like it's not cool.
That's how my
This is
friend
why-
Jim died. He had bad gums and he fell off a scaffold and had a heart attack and died from that. I knew it was his gums.
That was
I
actually
told
my they send you off as a reward with a little plaque. They're like, don't forget this little.
See,
I
feel
just
better
wait up
already.
to the edge of the river and open my mouth, and there's birds that fly down and pick them for me.
Oh, Snow White like. Interesting.
Yeah.
There are certain marmots in Mexico, I believe, that will do that. I forget what they're called, but they will go up to domestic dogs and like open their mouth and like clean it out and shit.
That's crazy.
They actually
kind of
do that.
bird?
It's like nature's dentist. No,
well,
it's
we
like
gotta
like a
ask-
raccoon thing.
Okay, let's ask anybody in my audience, like Rollins Switch, if you're still here. Do you know anything? He knows everything about everything outdoors and nature and all. He's still going swimming and canoeing. I mean, kayaking where he lives.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's awesome. Mhm.
I love.
I'm
kayaking.
paranoid now. 1 second.
Well, I feel a little
The
better. I'm
expression is
gonna
teeth.
between you guys and my brother. I got very paranoid. I kept thinking I'm alone here, and then Antonio goes and we do a show, and he spits out the name of the town I live in. I'm like, wait a minute, Antonio, I never say that. He goes, well, I said, you live in a place that has a gazillion people, but then again, you can Google. I don't know. I'd like to erase myself from a lot of places. And Facebook. I'm on Facebook.
I mean, come on. If
I
they
gave
have, if
they have it all.
it's
on
not
there
like
anyway.
they're going to take your personal information. It's that they are now start using it against you.
using
That
it.
should be the
Right.
fear,
I
not that they're
know.
going to find out where you are or get your
Right.
phone
Well,
number.
no, I
think
No,
they have
wait. Let me clarify that.
Or they have
Not,
access to it.
not they, as in the feds. People around here. You know,
Yeah.
listen, I'm
Sandee.
going to tell you what I
Oh,
did.
nobody wants to be
Can I tell you
doxxed,
what
yeah.
I did the other day?
Yeah.
All right. I have been telling my friend Debbie I wanted to hear what the Genesis Bible Church was telling people. It's not far from me. And I thought, maybe I'll go. I found them on Facebook. I listened to the sermon. And the first thing was these women, they're playing music, and she's praying for water because we're in a drought. Never say drought, nothing. It's all just God bring us the water and all. Fine, I could deal with that. But then when the pastor came on, he was a younger guy. Everything, it terrified me. Everything was demons, and it was telling you, you want to go to
End
heaven,
times.
and
Yeah.
all of it, right? But if you just listen, and he couldn't go the first. I say took a 30 seconds to mention Charlie Kirk, and then every time he said demons, he was really wanting to say Democrats, and this is where I live, and I'm like, okay, I listened to that. It was terrifying what they're telling people, what these people are telling people in their, their parishioners. Yes, it's very small. Who knows how many people really go, but it was terrifying. So I got a whammy of paranoia this week. And I guess that's normal in these times.
It's not paranoia to consider it dangerous to put your information out on the internet. You are right. He should have had the sense not to reveal your location.
Right, but he wasn't thinking. We were just
let's
comfortable,
let's not distract. It was correct that your position is correct, and it's not crazy because we have a country run by stochastic terrorists right now.
No shit.
So you're not crazy, and everybody should be very careful.
The weekend idiots next to me, they only come on the weekends and they go hunting, and they have the barn, and they have a Trump thing on their fence. And I keep thinking, how can they support this guy? How can they literally support this guy? And I did find a couple of this. I don't know if you heard this woman, this younger woman, well, maybe she's 40s, that she left the evangelical church, and she's now got a YouTube channel, and she's talking all about it. And what it was.
Who are these, the new evangelicals? They're a great channel. I don't know if you've heard them. They're great.
No. This is a gal. I've heard them. This is just a gal talking about what her experience. She was really MAGA. She was really she's from Utah, I think. I mean, really into it. And she's gone now. She's out of it. But she's talking about her experience. And then I'm thinking, listening to the people near me at church on Facebook. I mean, I ripped the video because I want to use it.
Check out the documentary called Bad Faith. It's a little lib, you know what I mean, for
Bad
me.
Faith?
But
stop.
Yeah, but
We have to listen to everything.
It was right on. Like I was like, yep, that's the origins of what's happening.
What's it called?
Bad Faith, and it's about Christian nationalism and its origins. And they're like, this didn't start with the Tea Party. This didn't start with Reagan.
Oh, here it is.
And it goes way back and gives you and shows you the evolution and how the rhetoric has heightened and become more like hostile, and it's why they have the biggest, baddest guns and as many of them as possible. And like, they really take you through the whole thing, but it's their realization. This is the part I like, their realization and eventual manipulation of politics in order to achieve Christian nationalist goals, to the point where they realized, oh, this is a waste of time. We should find a way to circumvent politics. So that's where I was like, okay, well, that's part 2 of the documentary, I guess. But I mean, where does it go?
I've been making anti-Nazi videos for years. You know how I make, like, that's not environmental necessarily, but I make these videos. And it's like never in my wildest dream when I was making some of them years ago did I think we would be right where we are. Did I ever think I would hear this proclamation of, we're going to come after you as a terrorist if you are express anti-capitalist, anti-Christian. And like he says, anti-Christians are the most discriminated against religion. Did he use that word? Are they out of their fucking minds? Yeah. Who's discriminating against them?
They talk a lot about
crazy
that.
Assholes.
They talk about 7 mountains of communism.
Yeah.
I was wondering, because they do think government is one of those mountains, but it's interesting that they think it just needs to be removed as opposed to, I don't know, climbed.
Terrifying.
Yeah, it's nice to see. And there's people in it that I'm like, fuck this guy. Like, this is the guy who's there. It's like these Republicans that you see on MSNBC all the time. Who was the one guy that was
McCain's
campaign?
People? Because I like the Bulwark.
Old school, older. This is older.
I like Tim Miller from the Bulwark. I happen to like him.
It's Steve Schmidt or something.
Oh, Steve Schmidt. Yeah, he's been around for a while. Weren't they in the Lincoln?
No, if that's him. It was John McCain's campaign manager against Obama. What's that?
What about them? You're saying they were what's the relation to the video?
They're the talking heads in the documentary where I was like, I wish it was anybody else, but like, who else? You know what I mean? And they didn't say anything like, they weren't no one said anything negative about their side. They focused all their attention and commentary on the right thing. And that by the end of the documentary, I was like, oh, thank God, that was good. You know, I saw another documentary as research for something I'm working on, where this Scottish guy, I guess he's a journalist or a writer or something. He comes to South Carolina because he traced the Scots fleeing persecution and linking them, not all of them, granted, but linking like a good deal of them to the start and the culture of slavery and the origins of the Ku Klux Klan. And so, like, the whole reason they call it a clan has Scottish origins, apparently.
Well, but clan it is that word.
Yeah, so he's like, you know, when I got to, you know, he's like, so I'm going to the deep South in the US and I'm going to look into it. And this is my Scottish accent. And he goes, here I am in Greenville, South Carolina. And I'm like, that's 1 hour north of me. Right. And I was like, oh shit. And, you know, it's very, look, if you're going to do something where you talk about the origins and the roots and the history of something, and you bring it to literally present day, and we're all like, what is next? But we've just watched a pretty steady progression of evolution in whatever the Klan, what Christian nationalism, whatever it is. And those things are related, but like, whatever it is, it's not bottoming out. The documentary doesn't end. And that's what happened. We don't know what happens yet. Like, it's very like, new documentaries weird me out because at the end you're like, well, now I guess I'll just wonder what happens next. But shit, it's only like getting scarier.
Like making documentaries.
It's informative, but you gotta keep it in check.
Have you watched Ed Gein on Netflix?
Monster season 3. Yes, I did.
Oh boy.
Jake, you know who this is? Ed Gein?
Oh, this is such old news to me. My buddy in high school came running through the doors one day to be like, did you know there was a guy that made a lamp out of human skin? And we had so many Ed Gein jokes.
Oh jeez.
So this was
remember.
Very entertaining. Oh, go ahead.
I just realized this joke is going to make it from my high school days till now. This guy is a very funny comedy writer. He now works in the news, working for WDIV, Local 4 in Detroit. But I just remembered, he, from that Ed Gein fact, ended up wanting to do a skit called Ed Gein Home Makeover. And it's a home
Fuck.
makeover show. Except when people come through the doors, it's,
Yeah.
kudos to Dane.
Well, we were watching it. I was watching it. My daughter was watching it. My brother was watching it. And we're like, we're on Signal now. We're not on Meta anymore. We're talking to each other about it. It's like pretty funny. I said half America's watching this.
So what I appreciate about this, because I've seen the documentary and the docuseries or whatever.
Yeah.
What I appreciated about this is it cuts to Alfred Hitchcock making Psycho, talking to the guy who wrote the book about Ed Gein. And then a couple episodes later, they're on the set of Texas Chainsaw Massacre talking about how that was created.
So well done.
And then Silence of the Lambs, and it just keeps going. And I was like, the Hollywood stuff is really cool. It's really engaging.
It was.
To me.
I thought the way they weaved in and out. And of course, Laurie Metcalf as the mother, the religious, both mothers.
From Roseanne. Yeah.
Yes. Look, but the mothers, the two mothers, the mother of the gal that was dating, like going steady with him, those mothers were so hideous and horrible. The characters were just so bad and so horrible to their children to make them feel so bad about themselves.
That character, though, his on again, off again fiance, like I was like, it's amazing this guy is scoring. Like, the fuck, man. Like,
scoring corpses.
This guy,
really.
like, you can't tell there's something up. I don't know. It was weird. So that character was heavily fictionalized for this series, because I looked into it. Well, I looked into it, and it's like 99% based on a lie she told after he'd been arrested during an interview. And they were like, let's just pretend that was true and make that
it was fun.
In the show. I guess, but the parts where they would do like very authentic Hollywood stuff, I was like, this is fucking cool.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Whether
loved it.
This isn't 100% the way it is, but our favorite kinds of entertainment is based on one of the single most horrifying things to ever come out of humanity.
Really?
Like,
100%.
and everyone's like, oh, I love that stuff. And it's like, oh yeah, but I mean, when you think about the real
not if somebody was at my door. Not if I'm sitting here and somebody's at my door and
that's why
weapon on me in this room.
That's why I really appreciated the educational aspects of the process behind making these movies, what they did, what the actors went through. Like, it was really, really, it's like, you think I'm perfect for this role? That's kind of an insult. Like, what the fuck, right? Like, you think you see that guy in me? Thanks for nothing. But like, they go on to be one of the most groundbreaking movies of all time, right? So again and again. So anyway, it was great. Now, there's another show on Netflix called Mindhunter. It's by David Finch. And it's about these real life FBI agents that first started interviewing serial killers and came up with the term serial killer. And it's the origins of how the FBI began to like put the pieces together on not necessarily preventing it, but once a crime occurs, tracking them down as quick as possible, like putting a button on it. So in this show, Monster, there's an episode of Mindhunter. It was the coolest thing. It was different actors, but it was the exact same characters and set and the way they were acting. I was like, oh, that's so fucking
I haven't
cool.
watched all of them. And this was, like I said, it was a weird summer. It was a weird summer. I did not get to relax. I didn't feel like I got to just lay around and watch movies or anything. But this winter, oh man, I'm going to just be inside, and I got my firewood all on my deck, and I got shit together now. I'm making the food and getting all canned up for the winter time. Well, I'm not going to have any money to go anywhere. That's another thing that I want to talk to you guys about. So, well, my brother, right? I just want to talk. I want to vent. I've got
that's what we're doing here.
Okay.
Just real quick, just so everyone knows, this is an unscripted, free-form conversational show. It's a panel show, and we don't draw conclusions and make any points, maybe accidentally.
I'm blabbing a lot tonight, but I need it. So
go ahead, talk it out.
Okay. So I had borrowed money, $200 from my younger brother. And I never do that, but I did because I had to pay the school taxes, and then I just got all short.
When was this?
Last week.
Oh, okay. I
so-
thought
so
you could have
all
said
this-
the 80s. I don't know.
No, last week. So, okay. He makes this thing like, oh my God, you have to borrow money from me. What's wrong? I'm like, okay, everything is wrong. So he instructed me. I did my whole budget, every single thing. I made a whole spreadsheet, sent it to him. He did a spreadsheet with all my expenses, with everything on it, how to do this, how to get myself straightened back out again, amortization rates, interest rates, everything. He did this whole incredible thing, which it's good, but I'm realizing if I can't afford, I may not be able to afford to even run my channel. That's how close to I am so on the line that he said, I said, I don't know, because I have Ecamm Live, and then I have Story Blocks, Epidemic
It adds up.
Sound, Canva, and then the internet, and
Yep.
everything. It does add up, and and losing the channel for the 3 months really did. I lost my momentum. Then I just wanted to talk about this because this is life experiences people have. We all have these experiences, and I'm living on the line of, he's like, well, you're retired. Like, don't make me feel any worse, about everything. I'm retired. I'm not going to be able to go anywhere. He's got me on the 5-year plan. You know what that means? I'm not going to be able to leave the house for 5 years. I can't wreck my channel. I will go. What would I do without this? Read books and play with the cats? I mean, and clean the house all the time? I don't know. What would I do?
Things would present themselves.
Like
You would.
Substack. I started writing on Substack.
And I mean, honestly, podcasting and live streaming, this is a sign that we lack social clubs in this country. And like the ones we have are,
True.
I don't know,
I
fairly
have
conservative,
that
if you ask
here.
me, the ones I was in.
I have that. This Sunday
Where's
is
lovely.
the women's lunch. We
I
get
just
together
why
every
can't a
month.
communist knock on my door and go, hey, don't want to bother you? Pamphlet. We meet why can't
'Cause
like
it's not 1955.
why can't a socialist hand me a pamphlet at the Latino festival? You know what happened to me? Fucking Latino festival, walking around having a great time. Actually, more than once thought, I love that this is happening. There's no raids. Here we are, right? Like it's almost like the outside world isn't here yet.
Yeah.
We're gonna, I don't know. But I was like, these people are all I wasn't like, wow, they're brave to be out here, but they are. But like also they were acting totally like this is the Latino festival. We belong here. This is our thing. And it was a great turnout. But like this little girl runs up to me and hands me a pamphlet. And I was like, what's this now? And it was like a bag. And she came over from like a booth. And I said, what's this now? And I didn't want to take it. I don't know who this is. It's a little kid. I didn't want to take it. So I look up and there's like a mom going, it's okay. And I was like, oh, okay, what is this? She goes, it's about God. And I was like, oh, thank you. Okay. I'm not going to sit here and trying to convince you what you're doing is not going to work on me, but whatever. It's all AI generated images on a pamphlet for the anti-abortion bill.
Oh.
And I was like, you got a little kid handing this shit out.
God.
Like, come on. And you want to talk to us about
That's like
indoctrination.
really child
You want to
abuse.
talk to us about like some
Child
sort of
abuse.
grooming or Sharia law or imposing your beliefs on people. And like, can we not wait till a certain age before you start saying, well, I don't know, do you want to do that? Do you want to
That's
be
something-
involved
Then
in
they
it?
have to tell them what it means. And I imagine the mothers just like Ed
It was
Geis
the
on her
reverse.
mother.
It was the reverse abortion pill is what it was.
I have
kept the
something I want to
pen.
bring to your
Yeah.
attentions,
Yes,
both
sir.
of you.
Okay, baby, go for it.
When you hear that somebody wants to enact Sharia law,
Yeah.
what do you think? Like the person who's enacting Sharia law in some country somewhere, would you describe that as right wing or left wing?
Right wing.
Oppressive. Right wing.
It's the Taliban or
It's oppressive, religiously oppressive.
And
That's what
just
I
Sandee,
think.
just Sandee. Why do you think it is right wing? You said religiously oppressive.
Well, I guess really, if you say Sharia and you say we're going to do it, it's kind of insulting to the Muslims. I mean, So,
But why do you think it's right wing?
I thought you were asking in the
I think
context of the
I think
U.S.,
here
like
in the
what they
yes,
mean when
in
they
the
say it.
U.S.
No, the person who's enacting Sharia law is that person. If it because there really are countries that have religious law, and
Right.
it's Sharia law.
Exactly.
So my question is: are the people who are doing that right wing or left wing?
No.
Well, I don't know if they.
And why do you think that is?
I don't know what their left and right is.
Don't let
Yeah.
me
I would
psych
only
you out.
have
Just
this
answer
comparison.
honestly. What your
I would
honest
say
thoughts are.
it depends on how you feel about extremist religions. I mean, are they inherently conservative? Yes.
So I'm getting that you don't really know. Is that accurate to say?
Well, I do.
It's
Well,
fine.
I used to know. I mean, it's different. Sharia can be different for different purposes, religions, I swear. I mean, I would think
So
from
this
like
is a revelation to
one
me
place.
then.
Mhm.
I would say without hesitation,
Here, I'm
it
gonna look
is
it
a
up.
far right it's a far right
gonna-
idea to put anything as a religious theocracy.
Yeah,
So
I'm
It's
putting it
fundamentalism.
in.
yeah,
There you
Like
go.
exactly that.
extremist. Yeah, like imposed
So
on.
so
forced.
religion running the government, generally speaking, that's
Yeah.
far right.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
so if people are trying to enact Sharia law, that is a far right ideology that they're talking about enacting. That's far right
Yeah.
all
Okay.
around the world.
All right. Thank
So
you.
in America, if they're accusing, notice that they tend to accuse left-wingers of wanting to enact Sharia law.
Yeah,
But that's nonsense.
They don't
It's
know what it means.
It's
exactly
projection
correct.
almost, yeah.
But here's what I'm learning right now.
Every
We also
accusation is an admission or whatever they say.
Pinkerbell
it's-
has it right. Religious oppression is inherently conservative.
But just what are you getting
Like I
at?
said.
Yeah. Well, first, there's a revelation here in this conversation. We don't know with full confidence what Sharia law, the ideological leanings of that, because we've only apparently been responding to nonsensical accusations, and it's
Well,
not
no,
crazy.
years ago.
No, it's not crazy.
Sandy,
that-
seriously, I gotta hear his point.
Okay.
Well, it's not crazy that we would think of it that way and hesitate for a moment, because that's all. It's constantly left wingers being accused of wanting Sharia law. I talked to right wingers. I asked them what the leanings they think of Hamas are, right or left, and they said left. Hamas is a far right extremist organization.
Oh,
right.
shit.
So I noticed
Oh.
that we get so into details that we assume everybody else is on the same page as us about the basic stuff, but to my horror, they are not.
Yeah, and I mean, I was generalizing it. I was using Sharia law in the way they use it,
Yeah.
saying
But you know what?
this
The
is a
only thing-
blanket term for imposing your way of life on everyone, or else, when that's actually what they're projecting. But I see your point. Yeah, and I mean, I do think, because I do this a lot, actually. I won't, like, just say what GOP is. Why did people keep going MSN museum? Why don't you explain to me that that's the Modern Museum of Art? You know what I mean? Like, when people use abbreviations casually, it kind of stresses me out, because it's like, nobody knows what you're talking about, dude. But like, also, yeah, I mean, especially when something has been used so like flagrantly as Sharia law, and just thrown around as like,
Yeah.
they say it's the same as saying it's Satan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
But years
okay,
ago, I
it's
just wanted to
impending doom. Got it.
slip this in, Jake. Years ago,
Yeah.
the right wasn't saying that. They really weren't. It was they weren't saying it. It started. That's a little bit more, I think, recent, because it used to just be people on the left saying they want white Christian nationalist Sharia law, and then The Handmaid's Tale was on TV, and
There was
then people started talking about it. That's when the right wing started reversing it. It was the Donald Trump
Interesting.
syndrome.
Have you seen
That's all. I didn't want to
might be a
interrupt.
trilogy.
That's a good
There
point.
is a documentary. This came out in like 99, 2000. It's the guy who did the documentary is like famous. That's why he is, or not who made the documentarian is famous. It is about a guy who is like the ultimate propagandist, and taught television marketing, how to do, like, what you should do. These are like CIA tactics. This shit works, right? Like manipulated marketing to be more propagandized. So the documentary is about the moment. It was a conscious decision to go after Islamic fundamentalists while also doing that. And it like pinpoints like the moment in politics when the right was like, let's do that. Let's call it out and like do it at the same time.
Call it out and do it.
And there was like a definite shift in rhetoric. It was, I think it was the 90s that it happened, but
the defining aspect of this era of propaganda is definitely going to be accusing others of that of which you are guilty, I think.
Ever since 2015, the minute that fucker came down the escalator, that's when it started, and it's just.
And I think it's intentional. I think that's a Steve Bannon strategy, and I think he is informed quite literally by the Nazi Party. That's what their strategy was.
Oh yeah, Jake.
I did find it
studied.
Yeah, I think there's something to be gained by pausing and reminding people of the nonsense when we hear nonsense. Like whenever you hear them say they want Sharia law, stop the whole conversation and say, okay, person that just said that. Yeah, what do you think that is? Yeah.
That's cool, Jake. I am definitely going to have to commit this to my memory banks and get a much more cohesive answer for myself instead of what we did earlier. Yeah, good.
You see, here's your problem, Sandee, is you are trying to have productive, logical conversations. That's where you went wrong. You're trying to talk like a grown-up, you see. And we're all just fucking, every last one of us is in hell.
It's Adam Curtis. Adam Curtis for the BBC. You can watch these on YouTube. 3-part documentary series. The Power of Nightmares.
Interesting.
I'm gonna watch it again. Every time I think of it, I'm like, why haven't I watched this again?
This time I'm writing everything down, because every time you talk about great movies, the show's over, I walk out and forget it.
Yeah,
The Power of Nightmares.
But like also Adam Curtis, great writer, producer of documentaries. Fantastic.
All right. All right.
It's Baby It's Cold Outside, The Phantom Victory, and The Shadow in the Cave. So, you can kind of piece together what those are about. But part 1 for me was like,
I got it. Okay, I got it. So I as long as I have it in my history, I'll have it. So I need some good stuff. I'm going to try to relax.
Quick. This installment, this wouldn't be it. This installment, the first one, traces the parallels between the origins of neoconservative thought in America and radical Islamic ideology in Egypt. Curtis argues that both movements stemmed from delusional intellectuals who wanted to reassert traditional moral values over liberal or secular societies. So those are good. I'm going to rewatch that. But yeah, okay. So you want to chill out? Stop watching the Ed Gein right now.
I finished it.
Oh, okay. Well, good. Move on. Go watch some Joy of Painting. Watch some Bob Ross. My wife and I burned through like 7 episodes.
I watched lately. I've been watching Cat TV.
There you go.
Extremely wonderful. With
one episode of Ed Gein. One episode of the Ed Gein movie. 2 weeks of cat videos.
Yeah.
One episode of Ed Gein.
Yeah.
36 hours of Joy of Painting. The Joy of Painting is fucking amazing. That guy is amazing.
I don't have any patience right now to actually do any more than I've taken on here.
But do me a favor and just put that on.
Okay.
And then get back to me, because you'll be like, man, I went through 10 seasons in a few days.
All right. The joy, that one, and then The Joy of Painting.
Well, you know who I'm talking about.
My mother was a painter.
Yeah, Bob Ross.
You know Bob Ross. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Actual military guy.
Air Force.
Funny
enough. He was a drill.
Yeah, and he learned to paint while he was in the Air Force, like as not therapy for trauma or anything, but like just looking for a hobby. But isn't that weird? What a weird life. Sorry. By the way, Sandee, I linked in the private chat a playlist for the Goes Wrong show. If you're looking to unwind in just a half hour at a time.
Private chat. Okay. I
Yeah.
will.
It's the premise of the
Mhm.
show is like a amateur
you.
theater company gets
Good.
booked on the BBC, but because they are amateur, everything goes wrong, and hence it is
All
quite
right.
fun.
Oh, great.
Good. Now I've got some stress reducers and not just
Yeah.
Okay.
Next
Perfect.
week, 2
years.
2 years, 2-year anniversary next year of Left Past 10. I'm bringing it up now because we'll probably forget it. We forgot our 100th episode, but that's okay. We did it.
Yeah, but
It'll
was
be
I
fun,
here? Oh, I was.
No.
I wasn't here. No.
Mm-mm.
No.
So we got to all be
Andrea
here
said
for
that.
next week.
And next week I am. Let me look at my whole schedule and calendar.
Well, you'll be here at 10 o'clock. I mean, even for like
next
a few seconds.
week is the 15th already. Holy shit!
Maybe,
Why does time fly when you're older? Just like I wake up and I'm like, it's like
31 days, half October.
Damn, it's the 8th already.
Halfway.
All right, the 15th. That's a busy week for me, but I'm coming. Yep, I am coming.
Sandee, it's the anniversary of a 2-year commitment.
Of course, I'm going to be here.
You have to look at your calendar and be like,
well, I will make sure.
What am I doing Wednesday? Maybe the same thing you've been trying to do.
We might have had to reschedule. We could have rescheduled Left Past 10.
No, I don't have anything Wednesday. And
I know. I'm saying hypothetically
on Wednesday.
I think you have this on Wednesday.
Yes, but during the day, I don't have to go to Buffalo, and I do have to go to Buffalo, but I'm not going to go that day. I have some business to attend to up there. All right. And it's not medical for once.
Oh, good.
Yeah. It's like
you had a brutal effing
I'm fine.
year, basically.
I'm just tired. I'm taking iron.
Good.
And a new magnesium. So it's great. I'm all good. Just tired.
Oy.
But
yeah, I like how Bob Ross is like, tell you what we're gonna do.
Tell you
we're
what,
put a tree right where. There it is. Listening to that guy, he's like, we're gonna take our almighty brush and we're gonna put a lot of paint on it and push it into the canvas. And then he'll say some things where like my stupid, immature, perpetual teenage mind is like, doesn't sound good, dude. He'll say stuff like, and just touch it. Just touch it. It's okay. Give it a touch. And I'm like, dude, he's like, we're walking through the woods. I love the deep woods. So deep. Very deep. And I'm like, okay, that doesn't sound right. Like,
oh my God, that's hilarious.
But he is so like innocent. He'll get to the end of an episode and saying, I want to thank everyone for sending in condolences after my wife passed. And like, he'll just do really heartfelt stuff. He does whole episodes with a squirrel in his pocket, Peapod the pocket squirrel, like nursed it back to health. He's got like animal friends and shit. Every now and then he'll like later seasons, like I guess around 5 or 6 season, he's like starts the show by introducing an artist and says, this is Carol. She's a lady from California and she does seascapes. And I brought her in today to do a seascape for you.
I know.
And then like this lady looks at the wrong camera because it's like Alaska Public Television. She's looking at the wrong camera for like 15 minutes. There's nothing they can do. There's all these. It's really kind of neat the way they're like, we're going to graphically display the names of all the paints on the screen right now. And I'm going to get going. If you miss it, you can see the list again next week and write down the one you missed. And I'm like, wow, it's sign of the times, man. No pause. No, like, I mean, think about it. It was like the names of the paint will be graphically displayed across the bottom of your screen. Graphically displayed. Like, we're going to put them on screen. It's just so, like, what you look at as technical is kind of cute and charming the way they're like, we're graphically displaying it, Bob. You want to say it like that? Because that's different than painting with a brush.
Right.
He's calling it out. I don't know.
We should do like a modern version of Bob Ross, but just with a bad artist. I'd like to be like, we're drawing a lady today, which of course means we're going to use the circle function. Ladies have boobs. So
they did the Bob Ross tattoo artist where he's doing like a eagle with the American flag on some lady's ass, and he goes, now this is the eagle is a predator, and I'll swoop down and pick up a little prairie dog and gobble it up and then fly away. And he was saying like all this crazy shit while he was like bing, tattooing this lady. It was funny. It was like an MTV thing. But Bob Ross was, so here's the thing. I was always fascinated by this guy, but like, you know, when the internet came around, you would spend the first few years going, I should look this up. Right? Like, I can just look this up now. This is cool.
Yeah.
So I always wondered how the fuck was Bob Ross really that chill? And I suspected that he just wasn't. And so the first chance I got to like use the internet in the early days, I looked him up and realized, yes, Air Force drill instructor, that guy. Like, okay, that's crazy, but okay. Divorced 3 times, or like married 3 times, divorced twice. And I was like, oh, not easy to be around. Maybe he has a temper. I really started to wonder. Doesn't it sound cool? It's like, I'm just worried. You're not.
Well, what are you saying? I've lost the track of
that he was a cool
somebody
guy.
put a phone number up in the chat.
Oh, really? In my house?
But like,
in my chat?
It gave me insight to the fact that Bob Ross probably wasn't that guy all the time, but I do think he was that guy. Because there's been documentaries since and everything where, no, that's how he was.
So he's a bit spicy.
He wanted to get rid of the perm. He wanted to get rid of the perm almost right away. And they were like, it's trademark. You can't.
First of all, that, I mean, yeah, that's insane. But also, I'm of the belief that when you are a drill instructor, you must get most of that out of your system.
Well, according to Hexeth now, you definitely have. It's going to be haircuts now. No beards.
No, I mean the yelling at people and the being mean. Like I'm sure you get all that out of your system when you're, you're sitting there and you're like, all right, I'm supposed to traumatize this 18-year-old. What's the meanest thing I can think of right now? And then you screaming at him and you move on. And I'm sure like you do that professionally for enough boot camps in your life. You just don't have as much of a desire to scream at somebody in the grocery store or whatever. Oh, gosh, he was a handsome devil.
My mom used to watch, and my mom used to paint.
Look at that one.
I don't know what happened.
I did a contest one time on stream, and I was like, if anybody can tell me who this is, I'll send you this, right?
Wow. You didn't. That's great. And it was.
Handsome devil.
Oh, wow. Bozy didn't put a phone number. He put numbers that if you look at them on a digital display, they say boobless upside down.
Here's one
Come
I
on,
really
dude.
like.
Bozy, got him.
I was like, I hope you're not putting a phone number. What is that? I was like, did he get hacked?
Boobies, by the way. I believe. I haven't even looked at the chat. I can tell you, I suspect 8008145.
Yeah.
Boobies.
3.
I got
Alaska.
boobies.
Boobias is what I spelled.
It's like an H.
That's from one of the shows. That's Alaska.
Boobies.
Here we have
Love it.
a little, and you can't have light without dark. He says all these things. He's like, just
the white. Yeah, that
the way he would do stuff was magical, though. It's like the wet on wet process. He wouldn't give it time to dry, which means you can keep layering it without smearing.
Yeah.
And
what kind of investment is it to get like an entry level painting? You have to have an easel and you have to stand up.
Oh, these days?
Yeah, these days.
I don't think you have to stand.
No. Well, standing is good.
It's really well.
I don't know if I could ever find the time, but I just looking at that picture I put up made me feel so good. Like it would be so nice to be able to create something like that.
Not only have I recently bought an
Matt. I'm gonna watch them.
And many canvases, but I've been making my own paintbrushes.
Oh, dude.
Really?
I don't know about this. What are you using?
Ed Gein, yeah.
Oddly enough,
little bit
hair.
Horse tails. Horse tails.
Look on the screen right now and guess what I'm using for the business.
Oh, that's awesome. You're like, where am I going to get hair? Wait a minute. I don't need all this. Oh, cool. I thought this was just your reset.
On the screen.
Well, also, if I go too long without getting a haircut, I do eventually get furious and just shave it all off anyway. But in this case, I thought, hey, paintbrushes.
Cool. Well, I'd like to take a look at those one day if you share that kind of stuff. That sounds cool.
That's kind of what. Oh, yeah, I know that. It's
Back in
horse-
2 shakes of a lamb's
it's
tail.
the-
Sandy,
two-
what you
two
do
shakes
is
of a
if you're going to
lamb's tail.
embrace a new
I don't know if I
hobby
ever
or
have
something,
time.
if you do, you don't
Mhm.
like, oh, I want to learn guitar. You don't run out and buy a $10,000 guitar and then
No.
never use it. So like
Right.
buy some stuff that would be considered entry level so you don't
Yeah.
break the bank, and then your skill will evolve to the point where those supplies aren't doing you justice. You need to upgrade in order to continue to fuel your own, your talent as you acquire more and more skill. And I just think like there are affordable ways to do it. You could buy like a set and just kind of mess
Right.
around, and then really what you get out of it shouldn't, like, honestly, I've tried painting and I was like, fuck this, it's messy and I suck at it, and I never went back. But I do it digitally, so I have to study painting.
Right.
So I understand what I'm doing when I'm blending colors and
I
how they look in
just-
print and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
there's
thought-
entry points is what I'm saying.
Right. It felt, just looking at the picture, but I have a problem with finding time for all these things that I want to do, and that's the problem. And that just made me feel so good at that moment, looking at that beautiful painting and realizing, yeah, I could do that. And it's probably a core of like 6 colors to have in your first palette, maybe even just 6 colors, because
know
you're
what? I
mixing and
mean,
blending and doing all that. My friend,
Adult
I
coloring
have
books
beautiful
are awesome.
paintings.
And
I've
I don't
seen-
mean
No, I've seen them.
pornographic. I
No,
mean
I've
coloring
seen-
books.
Mhm. My
They've got
daughter
coloring
has
books
them.
all over. Yeah, I
daughter
mean,
has
that's
them.
very art heals. That's very therapeutic.
See, that's a better thing than getting the munchies and eating something. Having your coloring book with you.
I'm
when
not
you're
gonna judge
watching a
people.
movie. I'm judging myself. I don't want to do that.
If
this
you get a
winter
hankering for
time.
12 pieces of toast because you smoked weed, okay,
All right, I don't
you
smoke.
do you.
I ingest. I don't smoke anything anymore. No, I don't smoke vapes or weed or anything like
My
that.
go-to right now, this
No.
happens periodically. The way I quit smoking cigarettes was by eating frozen peaches, like sliced frozen
Yeah.
fruit, because smoking is like an oral fixation,
Sure.
and I was reaching for something, and I was at like a food show when I was in the restaurant industry, and they were like, there's a frozen fruit vendor, and he's like, check out some samples. Tried the peaches are great. And I was like,
Right.
this is awesome. So like when I quit smoking, I was like, I'm just going to try to eat frozen peaches. And it worked. It was the perfect substitute for some reason. It just worked for me. I told millions of people, well, everyone I knew, and like it worked for exactly one other person. But like, okay, cigarettes are difficult. So anyway,
Sure.
now
That's
like
one of the
periodically,
most. I
Yeah,
give
so
you a lot
per-
of credit for quitting.
so like periodically, I'm like,
Mhm.
oh man, I just got a hankering for some frozen fruit. And then it's like every fucking night, frozen mangoes, frozen pineapple. I'm making smoothies all the time. It's
Now
so
you're
good.
hooked
I
on
love.
fruit.
Hi,
Yeah, I just
Jake.
love
Got a
frozen fruit.
$10 a day habit.
Oh, I harvested my cassava melons. They never got fully yellow. So I brought them in because the weather's been so screwed up. I've got 4 beautiful ones, and I'm just hoping that they turn yellow in the dining room until they're not on the vine, because we had one frost. And I'm covered. Like I said that at the beginning. I went out to the garden and covered up the Brussels sprouts and the cabbage. How's your garden, Matt?
This is not a bird
Oh.
nest, by the way. This is a formed cap of hair.
Oh,
It looks
was
like
once
Ed,
upon a
very
time.
so
Ed.
that's yours.
It's from
Just to be
Ed Gein.
clear, this is yours.
It's Ed Gein.
Put it back on, dude. And you made a toupee out of your own hair? This is fucking awesome.
Looks like a military haircut. Look at that. The straight up, like Richard
How is
Ojeda.
Andrea not here for this?
I know,
I bet
It's
she's
really
not even
sad.
watching this.
Andrea,
She
are
would
you
be having a
watching?
field day.
Be like, Jake put his own hair on. Jake put his
She
own
was
hair on.
tired. She was tired. And her-
Okay,
Try to-
nevertheless, missing out.
But you see, that's going to be a lovely paintbrush when I
Sure.
clip it down. I'm telling
That's very cool, Jake. So creative here and imaginative and
Well, it's 'cause
positive, uplifting, and I love it. 2 years
Look
of
at that
doing this
tool.
with you guys. Oh my God.
Save
Yeah.
it for next week.
Getting me out of the doomosphere.
It's because I bought that lathe on a whim when my dad and I
Oh.
were just trying to look for stuff to do together. And man, I've discovered I can taper the ends of a stick. And if you have a tapered stick, you just wrap wire around it. I'm going to try to sell it for a ludicrous amount of money. And then when nobody buys it, I'll paint some.
You might hit something with your endeavors. Something's going to hit your sauce or your paintbrush. It's odd. Sauce, paintbrushes, but I like the spectrum of the ideas that come out of you.
That's the larger project. I do think we should come up with non-offensive things we can sell. Like nobody, like when I was talking about cups originally, and people were like, "Oh, that's not good for these reasons." And you did actually, and then I looked it up, and you're right. The cups come from basically slavery. So, but I do think we have to zero in on like products we can sell, because this leftist movement needs to be financed by not leftists. And right now, the only way we have to raise money, which I've been trying to do, is beg the audience. But if we have the same 50 or 100 people financing every goddamn cause, it's not going to do any good. So we have to find things that like normal people that will want to buy and try to hawk those, I guess. That's what I think.
I'm just trying to sell shit so I can fix my house, jewelry and all that. My brother's helping
we all
me
need
with
money.
that too.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's a tough time, and I have it. It's stuff I don't wear in my life.
Needs infrastructure.
I need infrastructure. My back deck is gonna. I'm gonna fall through it next year if I don't fix it.
Imagine this future.
Oh my God.
What if when we all started our shows on this space?
Imagine
Matt,
if you will. Who are you, like Twilight Zone down? Imagine if you will.
Imagine.
What if Matt said, "And if you want, you don't have to, but if you want, we have a deal with Company X here, and Company X, if you sell their products, we'll give you $1 for each unit sold." Like suddenly obviously this space is a non-commercial endeavor, but like that would be a central a way that you could do what Brian Tyler Cohen was trying to do. I think he had good intentions, but he ended up just working with the devil. I think that is a legitimate way that leftists could make money. Sell a product, and more crucially, not just say Harry's Razors or whatever, but have a larger organization which has already made the deals. You don't have to negotiate. You don't have to, you don't have to wonder if you're getting screwed. But the vetting has already been done by responsible people, basically. So people starting out actually can afford to start out. I think it's doable. We'll see.
So I assume Brian Tyler Cohen is not a progressive.
He is, actually. I think he's a progressive.
So why is he with what did you say? Aligned with
Chorus.
Hell?
Chorus. No, Chorus.
Oh,
is
Chorus.
the name of the
Yeah.
And I don't look.
I didn't know
I want to
that.
be
He
crystal
did.
clear.
He did really. He was part
He's
of that.
the guy. Yeah, he and David
Brian
Pakman
Tyler
are the.
Cohen with David.
Yes.
Oh, I thought I knew David was the fuck around guy, but I didn't know it was Brian.
Yeah, you got to read that piece.
Oh shit! I guess I do.
But let me be clear about the point I'm making. I don't think he's a bad guy for what he tried to do. I think it's good that it failed. I think we should, and I don't even know that it failed. They're probably just going to try it again under a different name. But even though I think that the community arrived at the correct conclusion, Brian Tyler Cohen is not wrong to try to solve this problem. Because what do we have happening right now? Sandee, desperate for money. Me, desperate for money.
I'm not desperate. Well, yeah.
We are. Bullshit. We are desperate for money. We're just used to living poor because we have essentially become priests.
Well.
We knew damn well there was no money in this
poor
thing of ours. But it's a real problem. And look at the more serious sides. Galactic News Network got canceled, and his bills within 5 days were coming due, and we had to do a scramble to try to just keep him from being homeless.
God damn,
Lore,
that's really terrible way to live. I
yes,
mean,
Lore
that
Pepper,
yeah.
Pep Talks' wife, is right now funding desperately to try to get her cancer treatment paid
Oh my
for.
God.
In other words, people who are doing the most necessary work in society right now
Yeah,
also have to take a vow of poverty to do so. And I think one of the things that is incumbent upon
I didn't
people
want to think
who
about.
are able to last in this field is to find a way to finance it for the little guys. Absolutely. So Brian Tyler Cohen effed up, but he effed up trying to do a good thing, and I think we should keep that in mind when we judge him.
I'm not
Yeah,
judging
I'm not.
him.
I
I'm
think
not
that
judging him. I mean, I
True.
don't know enough. And actually, there's some of his stuff pops up on the screen. I'll watch certain things. I watch so many different people, so it's hard because I don't watch one person all the time consistently, except for the Majority Report I'll have on.
we got
Same.
normies in my life who are. Friend of mine said, I've been listening to Midas Touch a lot. And I was like, Midas Touch. And he goes, oh, yeah. And
Well,
I
they're
was
all
like,
lawyers. Yeah, they
I
know how
don't-
to.
Oh yeah.
but like, I could have said, okay, dude, you want to listen to some real shit? But I didn't. The way I said it was, oh, you know who you would like? Because we could hang with this guy. He would be like a homeboy. We could really kick it with this guy. You got to listen to Boston Bryant.
I was going to say Boston Bryant.
He's affiliated with Midas Touch, but he is like, that's my level.
He could be on this space if he wasn't on Midas Touch.
And
Absolutely.
then I was
Boston
like,
Bryant, he was on here
Yeah.
today.
Oh, was he really?
Oh
Yeah.
he's the 1 o'clock slot on
He
Wednesday.
did a show today.
Oh, right.
Brian.
Yeah.
No, you got mixed up.
I know, Jake. There's too many to keep track of.
too many
Believe me,
Bryans.
we're doing well. It's a good.
Yeah,
one.
I like him. I still
there
want to
was
do a show. I want to do a show with Jeff.
But like
I
the
knew there
fact
was
that
a-
people are listening to
Yeah.
not Joe Rogan to get their news, I don't
Yeah.
really care how skewed it is. It's like we were saying with creative projects. Find your point of entry and get in here. Like, please
Yeah.
pay fucking attention. Like, you could do worse than the Bulwark if you weren't doing anything before that. Now, I'm in your life. I will advocate for more genuine forms of commentary and news reporting and all that stuff. You can look to me for a resource in my circle of friends and family, or not. Obviously, this is what I spend my time doing on air. But like, that to me was hopeful, because this is a guy who, by all rights, shouldn't have his head up worried about politics because he's trying to make ends meet crucially. Now, if he was trying to make ends meet crucially by paying attention to politics and doing commentary about it, and that's how you made your ends meet, and you could see what was going on, just think of the level of unfairness at a minimum, the unfairness that you recognize in the world and in the system, and you can see it happening, and you know why it happened, you know how to fix it. Nobody's listening, and now it's happening to you because of some twisted, it's not even a business model, but some sort of twisted mechanism that results in a mistake and an error of you losing your platform and your income, and your audience goes with that, all the things we've been talking about. But like, people are paying attention. People are starting to pay more attention, and it's vital. Not this guy, but another buddy of mine I was talking to, who I would consider a total normie, to the point where he's never even heard that expression. But he would say, no, dude, seen all those ads about Harris and giving illegals trans operations in prison. And I was like, dude,
I have to hear.
I was like, I'm just going to tell you, like, you're almost unreachable if you believe that shit is true. You have to, like, you really have to invest some time in reading the news, and you will quickly be able to, because we grew up with bullshit detectors.
But people have lost critical thinking.
No, but not this guy. So if this guy had, this is a guy I know personally. And so I was talking to him very directly, and I was like, if you invest even a small amount of time in reading the fucking news, you will develop a great bullshit detector for what to buy and what not to buy. And like the stuff that you're going with is just, that's why they flood the airwaves. So, and he couldn't get his head around it not being true, but being allowed to be on TV. And I was like, there's a fundamental flaw just in being a part of America in this society. You cannot believe everything you see on fucking TV.
Right.
Like, this is like, you really have to, like, that's why I kept drilling at home. It's like, you have to read, man. You have to read. Now, because of the results, people are finally coming around. And we talked about this in a recent episode where people who I was, beating the drum 8 years ago saying, holy shit, this is what we got to do. It's got to be, listen to this. This is what's going to happen. And they go, oh, it's hyperbole. You're fear mongering. Oh, that's
Right.
talk. That's
yeah,
not going to
that's
happen.
what I hated. And
And now
I made my
they're
videos
like,
on it.
now I'm talking to people, and I haven't said I told you so, but like they are going back to the moment where they're like, and this is when it fucking started. We should have done this. And I'm just thinking,
We were
like,
telling you that then, but
I
nobody
don't
wanted
know,
to
but like, I don't know how to say you should have listened to me.
No,
But,
because it doesn't do anything. It's going forward and being
you
proactive.
should
And you know how
be-
to do that, Matt.
you should be consuming your news in
Yeah.
a genuine way. And I think if you're so easily convinced by what you see on TV, step one, start reading the news. And then just make sure you diversify your outlets. You can get suggestions from people who do this on a regular basis, and stop being a fucking normie, even just enough to be informed at the ballot
normie.
box, right? And not just go, well, I saw this commercial a lot. It was
I
like
don't see
insane to me, but I was hopeful after talking to
Wow,
my
I'm
other
losing
friend.
everybody on my. Are you all going over to this space, leaving my chat?
But do you think, I mean, you don't have to talk about your personal lives, but
right.
it is hopeful for me that, every time I talk to my little brother now, he launches in with, this is some bullshit they're doing with this bill. And I'm like, wow, I don't even know what you're talking about. This is amazing. Like, they're really, switched
Paying
on.
attention to what's going on around them, and paying attention to the fact that we are getting robbed blind, or
Yeah, but I think now they feel like, honestly, when I first started
Mhm.
paying attention to all online lefty YouTubers and streamers, I wasn't like, it's my responsibility to fucking know what's going on here. I just thought it was like being mature. I was like, I'm an adult now. I own stuff. I'm a part of society. I should have an informed opinion about what goes on. But I do think
It's true.
people, right? But I think now people are like, oh, this is irresponsible not to do that. Like, I have
Also
to do
true.
that. Like, I have to know what's going on, because this is like, it's scary. And I
Yeah.
hate that it's come to
Yeah.
that point, but like,
Well, that's the thing.
it's hard to check out now.
I wrestled. That's what I was wrestling with this week. Do I want to just check out?
I think that's hard to do.
Rescue kitties, get off everything, get
You
rid
don't
of
do
all
politics.
the-
Politics does you. And what that means now is like, you can't check out.
Yeah.
There's a lot to be offended by, but there's also a lot to, like, in those situations when you're like, what the fuck is going on out there? I got to read the news. It's like, no, you want that. You need to begin a self-education process. You need to begin learning about not just reading the news, but learning about how the news is delivered, learning about how stories are crafted, how narratives and talking points work their way into, like,
Well-
it's not something. It's like you go to driver's ed and then you drive the car and you have insurance, but like, yeah, you can just vote.
About how many
It's
percent?
like, hold
How
on,
many
there should be a
percent of the
process.
population do you think have those skills
Oh, I don't.
these days?
I think people are smarter than I would normally give them credit for, because
Mhm.
technology can make you very resourceful. Like, you look at the edits that people do and making videos on TikTok, and I'm like, you did that without a production company? Like, you just use your phone? That's incredible, And so I do think it's worth giving people credit for their ability to responsibly and maturely absorb the news and make informed decisions while voting and participating in democracy and civics and all that. But like, I just don't know if people's desire is the same as their ability. I don't give them credit for having the passion to do it correctly.
We
Whereas I
need that
definitely
more in the
think they
climate
could.
community, in the environment community. And actually, I see a lot of activism around things that I told you about, that cheese plant that had the effluent problem that ruined the Issawa Creek, and it's destroyed. But the lawsuit is for the town's going to get a lot of money because the company willfully did this. So, I mean, these things do work, and public pressure does work. And I mean, it can work locally. I believe locally is also a way to go. Make sure you
This
know what's going on where you live.
absolutely, like, because
You
that's
have to.
so accessible. But like, this is what I was trying to say. Tinkerbell coming through with the articulate
That's so
single
true.
line.
But
Yeah.
wait, what'd she say?
Once you have the
Right.
media literacy, it's like being able to see the Matrix. You go,
Mhm.
So true.
oh,
Mhm.
I see what's going on here.
Yeah.
I have a recommendation if you're feeling overwhelmed. If you're feeling overwhelmed and you would like to take a break from this stuff, you absolutely can. I just ask that you do one thing. If you
And
know
what's that?
what's wrong with the world, and you would nonetheless like to take a break from hearing about what's wrong with the world, that's fine. But do one thing every day. So even just have a default thing you can do if you don't know what else to do. In the case of folks who watch my show, what I would recommend is you be prepared to write one email every day. It takes you maybe 30 seconds, and just thank your senator or representatives, whoever they are. I don't know why I said senator, but for the shutdown, say your congressman. Thank them for the shutdown and say, keep it up, because right now the government is not being funded
Right.
properly, and
Right.
there's no point in funding an improper government. So if you want to take a break, it is okay to take a break, but you do have an obligation to do something. In fact, if you only ever listen about the problems, but you don't do anything else, that's a problem. So do at
Yeah.
least one thing to give yourself the
Yeah, I'm
okay
supposed to be doing some
enjoy.
local letter writing, and I've got postcards to send
Well,
out.
and
do,
there's
do at least one thing to give yourself
Yeah.
permission, essentially, to
Mhm.
not do anything else.
and you can give yourself the room or the bandwidth needed to do that one thing by practicing like responsible engagement with the news. Like, yeah, maybe sometimes it is okay to just read the headline and the byline and just get like a picture of what's going on. Subscribe to the AM Quickie from the Majority Report, where they give you
Yeah.
like this 6-minute read with the links. So if you want to know more, you click on the article and just go ahead and read the whole article. But like, they're giving it to you in, it's sometimes it's a play-by-play, and sometimes it's commentary, and sometimes it's like, this is what happened, it's developing, you know what I mean? But like, it's curated in a way that gives you a perspective on what is important, and it's like daily. But like, that's such a quick thing that surely it's going to make time for you to, like, you know, act on one of those things, like Jake was saying. It's pretty good. And there's like, then you get Chloe Humbert's newsletter where she's like, here's the art, or here's the letter I wrote to my local congressperson, copy and paste, change it to your state or city or whatever. But like, here's what I'm writing about this. And so then it's a fucking copy and paste. You don't have time for that. Copy and paste, fire off an email. Like, let's go.
It's just in your bookmarks bar, save the contact information. In fact, you can save the Find My Representative website, and
Right.
it literally takes you 30 seconds. You write one email a day. You can say, I did my bit. That's the one good thing about everybody needing to do something, is that you don't need to do much. Just a little bit goes a long way when we're all doing it.
Yeah. And like, could you imagine if we all emailed and texted politicians as much as
Right?
they email and text us asking for
Right?
money? Like, they would be
Oh,
like,
I really want a new
get like
email
12 a
address.
day if you don't unsubscribe or send back stop or whatever. And
You
you know what?
send
When you
back
say
and
stop,
go to
they hit you
junk.
right away.
They
Wait.
changed the phone number. Wake up, Sandy, Kim says. I'm awake. I'm just comfortable.
Oh.
Very chill.
Yeah.
Very
Now we're
I
all
thought she was
using-
telling
very
you to get
chill.
woke. I was gonna be like,
No,
what the
no, no.
fuck?
Kim is my mom. She's telling me to
Literally.
wake up because I'm like
Okay.
sitting here going like this, but I'm always tired this late because
Looney
it's just
Tunes
a bit
is
busy.
LT9K is
I
trying to
love him.
challenge me to a lie detector, which
I
I
love
think he
him.
means he wants me to just do an episode of lie detector. I may have done the last one.
Wait, with him?
Ooh.
With him? Maybe
Oh, I don't
with
on
him?
the
I
show,
don't know.
on his
I
show.
don't know. I don't know.
I think lie detector should be a subscriber.
I'm going to
reward.
be his guest. I'm so excited.
Oh,
Yeah,
I think he's
January,
a
right? Is that what we're
wonderful
talking
human-
about?
He's a wonderful human being.
He's booked out till January. Is that what I heard?
Yeah.
booked out till
so
January.
proud of
God
him.
dang.
Yes, proud of him. Yes, I am.
This guy, he's got.
I was
he's got
starting to
some
wonder
stuff
when
I
he's going to
love it.
have me back on, but I guess
We're
that'll be
going to
this
do
time
the-
next year.
And we're going to do the Donald and Ivana shtick for Halloween. Let me see. What's the date, Looney? I didn't even
Friday.
Just
look at
point
this.
out he
coming
never
Halloween is a
even
Friday.
invited me.
All right, maybe we'll
Jake,
do it
he
on
probably
Halloween.
thinks it's too hard of a get.
Yeah, I'm sure that's
He's like,
it. Yeah.
You know, I'm sure many people have said, have you ever thought about having Jake Draugelis on your show? You know, Jake Draugelis, and he goes, he would never come on this show. That guy, I'm sure he's busy. 2, he doesn't know who I am.
Well-
And 3, he's busy.
The Looney fan club. Yeah.
I really did go to the dentist and they said, you're good. That was incredible because that would have been,
It
they
had to
knew how
feel
long
good.
it had been. They had every opportunity to be like, uh-oh, we see something, you know, but they didn't. They didn't even try and con me.
Yeah, you expect the upsell, if nothing else.
Yeah, I think maybe it's my area. Maybe they're like, oh, thank God, this guy doesn't need anything. Get him out of here. Maybe they're too busy. There's a lot of Mountain Dew advertised down here.
Uh-oh.
That was the other thing. I don't do soda. I don't do lots of sugary stuff. I floss twice a day. Like I never break that habit.
Wow.
The toothpaste I use is not even a paste, and it contains some something that's good. I forget what it's called. Something that's good
Hi,
for your
Tyler.
teeth that's only available in Europe.
Yeah.
Like this is the one way. They're bites where you like chew a little tablet and then
Oh,
we
really?
get some water on your brush and then
Just
it
go.
brushes. They also have mouthwash and they have dental and
So
all
it
kinds
does
of stuff.
not have a lot of plastic, in other words.
No, it's it's one glass jar I've had for years, and I just keep refilling it with these little paper
And
pouches.
it would
that
be
come.
nice to see that alternative to toothpaste jug, everything plastic. I'm finding these companies. I like to do, not that I'm
Yeah,
proud
the
of
refillable stuff.
but
Like
but it's got to become less expensive, and the materials are, well, they're starting to, these companies and these scientists are really starting to refine these things. It's
the
great.
detergent
I
sheets,
can't
like
stand it.
the sheets that they just dissolve. You don't need to buy
Right.
liquid or those plastic pouches anymore. And oh my
Right.
gosh, so
Yeah, I don't do that anyway, but I buy this. I was talking about this big jug of, I don't know. It's a powder. It lasts a whole year or more. I mean, I'm only one person. I forget what it's called, Aunt
but
Millie's or something.
I
just a-
celebrated a good bill of health from the dentist with ice cream because I was like, oh, I could totally do this if I
Ice
want to.
cream.
I'm gonna be fine.
Celebrating with ice cream for me. If I eat
Tooth
sugar,
powder.
it makes me have a headache. I can't handle it. I
I'm
ate
that way with
ate
cocaine.
way too
Just kidding.
I ate way too much sugar.
I keep
this
trying. I'm
summer.
like, guys, I don't think it's for me. There's
Sorry.
yeah,
I'm just imagining Matt standing around with like a bunch of like 80s business guys and like a
my head
dude
hurts.
with a machete, and he's just like, I don't know. I
I'm
don't
like,
think
how
it's
do
my
you do
vibe."
it? Like extra? I don't know.
I
be like,
love this
"No,
chat
I don't think it
tonight.
works
It's so
on
good.
me."
Connor's here with us. Connor, you're still a moderator for the Tom Hartman show, right? Connor Arroyo.
Welcome in, Connor.
He's
Nice.
talking
Hi,
about
Con.
Please tell
he's
Tom
lost
Hartman.
his
we
rabbit
said
ass
regard.
mind. Yeah, Connor's
Who
good
has? Who
people.
lost
Connor-
their mind?
Connor's saying that about the orange turd. He's lost his guy. He's going to go after Hillary
know,
Clinton and Liz
know,
Cheney.
yeah.
How do you stop? Listen, That's
think he
another
is?
thing. That's what Connor said. Connor has some inside scoop. Half the time he's pretty knowledgeable.
Early
And,
bird.
wait,
Early.
yeah, he
Well,
is.
it's always Halloween somewhere, I guess.
Yeah, he is with Tom. And if you're with Tom Hartman and you listen to Tom every day, I mean, Tom is really bright,
Thanks
brilliant,
for the $2
amazing
pen.
person.
Oh yeah, no, Tom Hartman.
God damn, is he smart? And the books,
Give him our regard.
everybody I talk to when they talk about the Medicare scam, I say get Tom's book on Advantage, Medicare Advantage. He wrote the manual on how not to get fucked by that. So yeah, big fan of Tom.
Took my headphones off with what you should do is, and then put them back on with
So
how
many
not to get
people.
fucked.
Oh, right. So many people want to be on at noon.
Gonna make up what
Tom
happened
is
in
on at
between.
noon. Majority Report is on at noon.
We're on at 1.
House
So
Party is
during
on at
those,
noon. Who else? Tony Michaels is on. There's so much choice at
I
noon.
love it.
Yeah, and that's that's hard to listen to. And at noon, I don't sometimes even ever get it together to even turn on anything lately. Oh, Alex Lawson, Social Security Works. Yes, very good show.
You
Very
doing
good show.
analog? Way out there in the sticks. You doing analog still?
Analog?
Yeah, you
Me?
got a
Analog.
UHF channel? Like dial? Do you know what that is? UHF?
No, I don't have that. I don't have it.
explained. I know, I'm kidding with you. I explained what
Who knows
UHF
there?
was to somebody
Yeah,
today.
that's the old radio wave. That's a larger wave than what we're seeing from these towers. The wave sizes
You're
have
getting
changed.
serious.
Ultra.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because the UHF is definite. I bet there are some old trailers around here that still have that.
We were talking about the movie UHF,
Yeah.
and somebody was like,
Oh.
"What is a UHF?" And I
Antenna.
explained it.
Put your
But it was
antenna.
always that
I have ham
dial.
radio.
It was like the AM radio of television. Is how I
Right.
described
Right.
it.
That's perfect.
I was like, you put it on channel 9 and it's saying 54. So you just go with that. Or whatever.
I got this ham radio I have to learn how to do. I told you guys about this.
Oh, ham radio.
But
Okay.
the book is so dense. I mean, I got to like 2 pages.
I would learn by
look at the book.
doing. Here's
Well,
the thing.
yeah, I'm
Here's the
just gonna set it up and then
Go to the ham radio shows and really
where I
they
have to
would
drive 100
Oh,
miles.
they're no.
They're
I'm
everywhere?
sure they're everywhere.
Really?
Then those guys loved it. You go, so what's this all about? They'll be like, well, let me tell you. And then 3 days later, they'll read that book
Because
to
I've
you.
got the radios. My brother, again, he sent it, but he's brilliant. I don't have time to concentrate.
So you know I was a prank caller for a number of years.
that was on a lie detector. Right?
When we got our driver's license, my buddy and I would take his dad's car, and he was like a courier. So he would, he had a CB in his car.
Yeah, I had
And
one.
every now and then it would be like 1025, or whatever. And so I pick it up and go, fucking asshole. I would pick it up and go 12, 10, 8, and then just put it back. And they would say, please keep the channel clear. And I would say,
Get mad at you.
Roger that. And then
You
just
were a troll. You were an early troll.
I guess so, but it
Yeah,
was
you
funny
were.
to me. I didn't do it a million times, but I did it enough to be like, oh, they're pissed. They're upset now.
My ex-husband, the
Oh, well.
first one, he was a trucker. So we had the whole thing. My vehicle had a CB radio.
Did you ever write him a letter to my good buddy?
No. My good buddy. No.
My one and only good buddy. And then,
How
when you
about
get
your
divorced,
good
you're like, I
buddy?
guess you're not my good buddy. It's hypocritical.
No.
I think, hold on. Look at this
What?
comment. Jeez.
What comment? Matt?
I would be, because here's the thing. So I often fantasize about, because everyone's like, my forefather's this, my forefather's that. I fantasize about explaining our current predicament to
Yeah.
like John Adams or Ben Franklin. And like, either they're going to be like, I don't believe any of this, I'm listening, or which, and like kill me on the spot. Like, you can't have this knowledge without being, what are these clothes? And they just be like, abomination. You know what I mean? But there's a chance that
I see a comic in the making.
There's an opportunity. Exactly. But there's an opportunity for you to be like, Ben Franklin's like sort of stunned, and you just quickly go, I got to tell you, man, here's the through line because of this. And then and then you got 30 seconds. Talk about an elevator pitch. You got 30 seconds to explain to Ben Franklin how this moment right here, Declaration of Independence, all that stuff, leads to our current predicament. Like, could you do that? Could you get it through to him in a way that's like, dude, it all comes down to the racial wealth gap? Could you do that? It's all about
That is
inequality.
such a good thought exercise.
Capitalism doesn't exist without fascism. What now, Ben? Could you break it down for him in such a way quickly enough, assuming he's about to freak out and yell abomination? Could you explain it to him quickly enough that he would be like, hold on, what the fuck is this? What's going to happen?
Woof.
I mean, it could be as easy as saying,
great thought exercise.
Yeah, it's like as easy as saying like, hey, do you think this shit's they're talking about the Second Amendment 300, 250 years later. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, this obviously isn't what you meant, right? Like, put something in there.
And if you are talking about how to avoid the problems of America by altering the Constitution and doing so by making a quick pitch to this person writing the Constitution, if you're able to figure out a quick pitch for why the Constitution should be altered, you can actually still achieve the same results without having to invent time traveling, but doing everything else the same. Do a quick pitch to voters for why we should have a new amendment. I think that's phenomenal. If I don't have something yet, but it'd
like
be great.
the video
back.
It'll be the video of your forefathers, right? Recognizable, like Ben Franklin, whatever. They're talking about the Second Amendment, and they're all, instead of muskets, they're all holding AR-15s. And like then you see like and they're like, thank God we have these because the Civil War is happening. And then you see them all like, like on an open battlefield using AR-15s instead of reloading and bayonets. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
okay, maybe there's something to this, but maybe that's it. Travel back in time. You have 10 seconds to convince Ben Franklin that, things get really bad. Just give him an article of the most recent school shooting. Make sure that article says this is number 48 this year and it's only fucking July or whatever.
Notably, if you're in this scenario you've brought up, you are talking to somebody who you presumably are going to speak to respectfully. You're talking to somebody
crazy
who doesn't have a great understanding of modern problems. In other words,
uses bigger words than I do, for sure.
Maybe, but I think what's relevant here is that you're talking to them respectfully. The person doesn't have an understanding of modern problems, and you have to quickly inform them of not only what change you think should be made, but why that change should be made. I think that's perfect training for talking to the right wing currently. They don't have an understanding of modern problems. We do have a serious problem with disrespecting people and then asking them to turn around and do what we say. Yeah. And also, we don't have, in the current culture, we don't have much time to convince somebody. They might, it's a miracle to find somebody that's willing to give you 10 seconds.
I like the idea that, because okay, I assume they're forward thinking and that they're taking a lot into account. And so maybe you just go back and you go, Mr. Franklin, do you have like a minute? And he goes, sure, what's up? And I go, ask me what the future's like. And he goes, what do you mean? I go, I don't know. Let's say 200 years from now, what's America like? What's the United States of America like? Ask me. And then I'll, and he goes, what's it like? And I go, what do you mean? Which part? He's like, I don't know, banks. I go, okay. Let me explain banks, right? And he'd be like, oh shit. Are you fucking kidding? Like within seconds, right? Maybe you just go, there's 400 billionaires hoarding all the wealth, and most of the people can't afford health insurance, and there's like health insurance companies that have deductibles and all, he would quickly be like, hold on. That's not, they didn't go that way, did they? Right. But like it would paint a picture. Like this is why I fantasize about it, because of all the ways you could quickly paint the picture and illustrate our current predicament. On the other hand, there is a very funny like storyline in one of the later seasons of Lost when they do time travel, where Hurley is like, the fun, lovable guy is trying to convince somebody that he's from the future. And he's like, I'm from this year. And they go, okay, who's president? And he's like, ugh. You know what I mean? And they're like, dude, come on. You're not from the future. And then, so that's something that could happen where you quickly can't convince people, right? But like also another thing that happens is he thinks he's going to write The Empire Strikes Back before George Lucas has a chance to, and like sell it to him and make money off it. But he just doesn't know how to write a script, so it sucks. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like he's making a great movie sound like garbage. So I don't know. It's like we think, not we think, but when I fantasize like this, I also think like they'd be like, dude, okay, funny, weird clothes. The hat's a little weird, but like, I'm not buying any of this.
It's the creative.
Like, you're not convincing me.
You fantasizing is your creative process. Everything going leading to the outcome of something marvelous.
If Ben Franklin, let's say John Adams, if John Adams, it would have to be John Adams and his wife. If they gave me an hour a week, I guarantee the second session, they would have an endless amount of questions. Because after the first time, they'd be, even if they were like, this is far-fetched, this guy's probably an abomination, we should probably burn him, whatever.
Oh, shit.
They would come back the second week and be like, okay, you said a lot. What is this about handheld devices?
I mean, what would really happen is you'd show up and they'd say, who the fuck are you? Get out. And they would never ask you any questions. If you're going off the Lost,
but if they saw me arrive, it was like, and I was like, oh shit, I'm from the year 2025. I'll leave. I know it's freaking you out. I could tell you all about the future if you want. I know you're John Adams. I know who you guys are. You know what I mean? I know you and Thomas Jefferson are going to die seconds apart. Means nothing to you, but it's true. It's going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. You could.
I can't even go
just
there.
Freak them the fuck out. But it's something. Like Jake, you did it exactly right. You took the exercise and you were like, all right, Matt, that's fiction. Sounds fun. How can we use this in the real world? And so I think that's
useful.
It's just training for communication and like getting across to somebody without being like, how much time you have, dude? I'm going to have to explain to you why the Iraq war was fucked up. And like,
I don't want to undersell the concept. That's how you get good at talking to people. The way I got good at presenting was I would pause debating. I would pause movies at the worst possible time and say, if I was the character who is in this terrible position, how would I try to talk my way out of it? Or how would I calm down the situation or whatever? And, it's purely fantasy. Yeah, it's just you sitting there imagining, but it gets you thinking, like, what is the fundamental problem that these people are experiencing? Or why is it, how do we communicate a lot of information about what doesn't work about America and a big solution to fixing that, but in a short amount of time? Pitch into the founding fathers, we should all do. Side note, though, I would like us to come up with a term. I'm going to pitch one right now: wealth inflation, and the term should describe how
wealth.
The term should describe how much money counts as being ultra rich.
It
used to be if you had tens of millions of dollars, you were considered ultra rich because you can throw millions of dollars.
I still consider that.
It is ultra rich.
I don't measure it based on
there is
Wealth
an inflation of what is the ultra rich. How much influence an individual has with their lots of money is
Yeah.
defined by who's got more money,
It's
essentially.
obscene. It's
And
obscene.
yeah, it went from, we jumped right over 100 millionaires straight to billionaires.
Unreal.
So we should make that part of the cultural consciousness, and people will begin to realize, oh yeah, it's not just that there are rich people in control of things, but what they are defining as being rich is going up while our lives stay the same. That's the wealth gap expanding, folks.
You know, here's what you could do. You could go back in time and fully integrate and be like, I don't know, one of those kids that would run messages back and forth in Congress. You know what I mean? And so they're sitting there, they're like drafting the Declaration of Independence. And I just look over their shoulder and go, nah, nope, no, that's not good enough. Of course, they were all doing that. But if you get them at the right moment, they'd be like, huh, what? And you go, well, here's exactly what's going to happen. I mean, you just got to put yourself 250 years from now.
Right.
Put yourself in those buckle shoes and like
Probably wind up on an irrelevant side quest with Johnny Tremaine trying to help him deliver silver somewhere. No one's going to get that joke, but
but like also mass communication, international relationships. Like there's so much stuff that I'm sure they could like imagine
nip in the
happening,
bud.
but not in detail. I don't think
Yeah.
the forefathers were like they went to France to help fund the Revolutionary War and stuff like that, but they get it. They get international relationships. They, John Adams had to go talk to the king or whatever, but like there's it wasn't worth their time to like really worry about that in terms of being like, crucial to our future because they had immediate problems. But maybe what you do is send Harvey K back to talk to Thomas Paine.
Yeah.
Because he would be like, okay, dude, I'm laid out for you in
Harvey
2 seconds. I know exactly what to say.
People are getting behind Harvey K's pitch, by the way.
I thought about
The
him
Economic
today.
Bill of Rights.
How funny I
You
thought
what?
about him. I thought about him
Oh.
today, Harvey.
Lovely.
Yeah, just
There
don't
would be a
lie.
painting of Matt. That would be hilarious. Like
His
the Letterhack and like the signing of Declaration of Independence, like in the background going, okay, don't listen to me. Like I'm just from the future. What the fuck do I do? No, I don't hand me the quill.
This is a visual I can get behind. Harvey JK. Bring Bernie too.
Too slow. He would never get his point. He'd go,
Oh,
look. And they'd
they'd be like, forget it.
be like, dude, we are on our way to a well. Here.
Although we
Like,
would be starting the time wars because we'd go back to change time by affecting the way our guys do things, and then they would go back to change time the way their guys do things, and we'd be next to the founding fathers giving advice, and they'd be next to Hitler saying, "Oh, don't go against Russia," and it would be we'd just end up breaking even.
It would be cool though to have like a
It
team
would be cool.
of time travelers. Like, okay, so let's say it's like Sam Cedar, Harvey K. Let's just throw him in there. Who's the guy from let's just say Crystal Paul, right?
Yeah, she's good.
Like get like a
A
team
female.
because those guys will be able to talk to each other and be like, what are the top 3 things we're facing that they could address now here? Would it be these? No, that? Okay. So how should I work? Okay. You want to do it that way? Okay. Who? Me? Okay. They're not going to listen to a woman.
Don't
Okay.
send
Makes sense.
Kyle because
Like-
he'll just keep going, bro.
Just think about how
Bruh.
think about how strategically sound that. See, when we time travel, it's always just like a soldier or a pilot
Oh,
or an
Lord.
accident.
I've never time traveled. Maybe when I did LSD when I was like 15. But no, I can't say I've ever time traveled. I'm sure
I
we
time
can find
traveled-
someone in our followers that has felt like they time traveled.
I did time travel live on this show
That was good.
once
That was
upon
good.
a time.
I was thinking this will bring it full circle to what we were talking about earlier. How
Uh-huh.
anti-capitalist, anti-Christian. If you're a lefty at all, if you're for universal health care, you're going to jail. Like I've had this sort of fantasy before too. Like what if it was like they put us all in, like if I'm in one of those places, I don't know how realistic this is, but I would like to think I would start organizing people. And if I had the gift of gab and I was a political commentator, or like, if the Humanist Report and I end up in the same cell, we're going to be creating content in some way. We're going to have a newsletter. We're going to
It's
be
the
talking to people.
The progressive wing. You're over
We're going to
there
figure
with-
out exactly, what I'm like. And so it's like, fine, you want to
Not
lock
really
us up?
funny.
They'll give us some downtime. We can really coordinate. And you want to say
It's not
collaboration?
funny.
Here we fucking go.
It's a little funny.
It
A
is
little funny.
It would because
Jesus.
it would be like, because if this happened, and like I was saying, if you can imagine it, it may already happen. But like, you could find yourself in a position where you're like, who would have fucking thought that it was going to be me, Ben Dixon, David Doel, Lance of the Serfs, and the Humanist Report? And I heard they're sending Matt
And
Binder here
Crystal
next
Ball.
week.
Any
We're all in the
women-
same camp.
women?
Like, we're getting shit
Oh, yeah,
done in
men.
here. They made a huge mistake. But
I'm looking forward to making pals in the gulag.
Oh
we're gonna
my God.
radicalize the fuck out of this.
I'm not
gulag.
going to no fucking gulag. No.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
At
Sandy,
a
I'll
point,
just
it's
take
not
some
fun.
of your contact
thing
cards,
Makes me
a couple of
crazy
business cards, hand them out.
thinking about
Look,
this shit.
be in the
I've
same
been.
friend
It's
The
so-
reference
I
frame
never want
says
that.
this like it matters. Like they haven't been talking about taking Canada for months now.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Also, Lance is a real one. He
Sandy-
might show up and help protest.
Sandy on her show today, and I was chatting with her, and she does come from a vantage point of being somewhat safer than we are down here, and that she did a good commentary, but she has a Charlie Kirk video she's going to roll out, but she's not sure what date yet. Can you believe they're going to have a Charlie Kirk Remembrance Day is October 14th? Who gives a shit? How do you do this? I just don't get it, how in this country we are memorializing a white Christian nationalist, racist, Nazi piece of shit. Okay. Is that going to get us shut down?
I am going to memorialize him. I'm going to take part in Charlie Kirk Remembrance Day. My intention is I'm gonna
I'm sorry,
I think
Matt. I hope
I
we're
gotta
not in trouble now.
turn down the temperature and
We're being-
really just play some Charlie Kirk clips so he can, in his own words, say
Yeah.
who he was. My understanding is he had some very useful things for us to understand about empathy, black pilots, that sort of thing. So I'm
One of
looking
the
forward to
people
that.
did it already. Was it really American? Somebody did that. I don't know if it was one of the
1,000 people have done that.
Yeah, it was really good. I liked it because I thought I want to put something together, and everybody was jumping on the bandwagon. So I thought, oh, good. I don't even have to. I can just not.
The all trans journalist media outlet, Assigned Media, is having a Charlie Kirk Day of Remembrance art contest. All submissions need to be in by October 10th.
Very cool.
They will show them all. They're going to try and showcase all of the entries, but there are prizes. I think there's a cash prize of $500 for first place. There's some jewelry, some very cool designer jewelry. They're going to handmade stuff.
Where is this?
But like
Online?
Assigned Media.
Yeah, but I mean,
interviewed.
of course, online, not in person. And
Yeah, it's an online media outlet, but
Mhm.
it's all trans journalism, and
Mhm.
it's anti-trans propaganda. They go right. That's their main goal, is to target that stuff and debunk it. But also, it's original articles and editorials and even comic
Yeah,
strip.
good,
But like,
for that.
I had Evan Urquhart, the founder and editor-in-chief, one of the contributors, on last week to talk about this art contest. And so when I'm going to show them all on the 14th, but I guess is that
Very
next week?
nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I saw Evan. That's where I heard of this contest. I did hear about it.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah.
That's the. There are a few people I would love to have on my show weekly, but like I don't want to prevent them from doing their media, like it just instantly raises up what I'm trying to do when I have certain guests on.
Yeah, sure. Of course. I think a lot of us have that symbiosis. I have a good one. I have a good symbiosis with Tony. Antonio, I could listen to him for a long time.
It's 11:55 p.m. on the East
I
Coast.
know.
Andrea Rovenski could not join us this evening, so we may not go to 1 a.m. Is that what I'm
No,
hearing?
I'm not.
No
What I was
way.
going to tell everybody was if we end the show and it goes off on my channel, I want everybody to go over to this space TV.
Who did we want to redirect to? Thank you for that, Sandee.
Or
Everyone
Matt.
join us at this space.
Well, wouldn't that be cool? Yeah, and
Absolutely.
but I don't know how to shut it off on mine. But then I could go to bed and watch from bed and not worry about the chat. You could all go over to this space
This is
TV.
good. Thank you for the $2 Californian.
Okay, wait. Where's the link? Looney Tunes, put the link in. Are you still here?
Damn, 10 memberships. Thank you, John Lithium. Wow.
Very
Thank you.
nice.
We got members only content coming up this week.
Yeah, I thought about doing a member thing on my YouTube. I think I have a whole 28 members. But you know what? 28 very important people. But then I also have a lot of buy me a coffee people, and I can't. That platform is not. It's not like Patreon. You can't put videos on it or anything. So I'm thinking about changing that. Oh, thank you, Looney Tunes. He put the. Oh, look at you, Matt, gifting the memberships.
Riverboat Jack is live now, and or we could dump people into. I just realized I was interrupting Sandee as I was trying to respond to Matt.
Why? You didn't interrupt me at all.
I so
She
did.
finished?
Please.
I stopped.
No,
I'm done.
She started reading what I was doing on screen, so we're
Yeah.
good.
We're good.
This is why I'm not a natural at the show hosting thing. My brain cannot keep up with the stuff I see. Like, you ever see like fucking Carlos just like click 3 things and like bring up an obscure video from like 5 years ago? that
He's
somebody
slick, isn't
mentioned?
he?
He is.
Dude, he is
He's slick,
the
man.
chillest. Yeah,
Chillest.
he's making it look
Unfetched.
Chillest.
he's making it look easy, but he's also making it look very calm.
Yes.
That's him. That's him. And that's a good
It's-
vibe. I like his show
it is.
because I'm not stressed out. I listen to him and just, oh yeah, okay. All right, man. Yeah. And he's got good analysis skills.
Yes, he
All
does.
right. There's the old teacher in me, but
Well,
I
Donald
think-
James X,
Mhm.
Looney Tunes 9000 both have streams that are waiting to go live.
Oh.
Probably they're scheduled for tomorrow. And Riverboat Jack is live now. Or if we'd rather, we could just go to Shout Studios, one of my favorite pirate places. Don't go to that. They just play old TV
Yeah, we
shows.
could sign off. We could
I
sign off.
have
We've had a
like
good night.
special
It's been
edition
fun.
DVDs from them, right?
Really? Cool.
Or that's Shout Factory. Sorry.
Yeah, I think it's legal. Actually, it's not pirating.
I got a Japanese edition, special edition of Godzilla -1.
Nice.
And for the special features, they put up a little message that goes, "We aren't doing English subtitles because we want you to have an authentic Japanese experience." And I was like, yeah, but like, what about people that can't hear? Don't you want some sort of closed captioning? There's
Are
nothing.
there no
Nothing.
deaf Japanese people? Really?
I like how this
that's not
seems
true.
fucked up. Like, and did they do that just for me because I'm in America? They're like, oh, he's American, give him the one. Because how do they know I'm not fluent in Japanese? So, like, I have to assume the Japanese edition of the movie is either not available in Japan. It's only for us. It wouldn't make it a Japanese edition. It would make it an American edition. Or there's actual like Japanese getting to and they're like, why they put that thing up about subtitles? Is that for English speaking people? It could be for Spanish speaking people, but like my uncle can't hear, so this fucked up. I don't know. It just seemed really like they were snarky and everyone thought it was funny,
Oh.
and there wasn't one person to go, well, if you think about it for
Then
2
it really
seconds more,
wasn't
this
funny.
is dumb. We shouldn't
Right.
do this.
I think
All
it would be very
Go ahead.
funny if Godzilla in various languages, the roar was translated. differently. Like how in France a chicken is like cuckoo or whatever.
Well, I'm going to say goodnight. And
Oh.
I guess it'll stay on unless everybody wants to go on to
We're trying to wrap it up here. I mean, where are you going?
to
I'll do my
bed.
bit.
I have two. Listen, I still have 2 kittens here, and now they have moved upstairs because the other.
No, it's like I'm
Where was
saying
the
we're
last-
gonna end the show, and you're like, "Well,
Oh.
I'm leaving."
Oh, well,
Okay. I mean,
I-
what, you just got to be like 2 seconds quicker.
no.
Sandee is a little bit rude with that, don't you think?
You
Leaving randomly.
guys. Oh God, Jake. Oh, he did it.
I'm gonna be
Look
here
at that.
alone any second now.
That's it. No, we're going to say goodnight to everybody and thank you for all coming. Nunya and Connor, it was great that you were in the chat. That was nice to see you. And Billy, all your wisdom as usual. And Bella, I love you. And Kim, thank you for coming in. And Orb Rumor, it's been a good chat tonight on my side of the world. Not a lot of people. It was definitely quality over quantity. I loved it. Everybody was perfect tonight. Thanks. I loved it.
And thank you, Sandee. I missed you last week. I'm
Thank
glad you
you.
were here this week. I thought it was a good show. I think
Yeah.
as Andrea would say, good ep. You know what? We'll have the most imploding, nutty, off the rails episode where I'm sure like everyone is like, are they okay? And like we kind of had that last week, and like at the end, Andrea was like, now we're gonna go, and then Letterhack's gonna yell at me because I'm probably in trouble now because all the shit I was saying. And then like and then we're done, and I'm like, okay, we're not live anymore. She's like, good ep, that was a good ep. And I'm like, come on.
Oh.
You want it to be crazy.
I missed her tonight. Oh, love you, Bongo Dave. Look at that. So many nice people. That's great. All right, Matt, let's go. Put on the ba-doo, ba-doo, ba-doo. Here. Matt can stay on all night.
I thought this was a good comment.
You've got boundless energy.
We got a good audience. You can split. I'll hang out for a little bit. And just talk to the chat.
That is a good one. Reasonable. I'm ready to go. I am so tired.
Okay. Yeah, I'll see you. Do you want me to like play you off?
Yeah.
I'll
just leave you on. Talk to everybody in the chat. Good night, my friend. Oh, thank you, Donald. It's nice to see you, of course. I love it.
All right. Later. See ya.
See you guys tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern on my show here.
Political Coffee House. Boom.
Okay.
Boom. Right. See ya. And she's gone. And now, actually, we come full circle to the way this whole thing started at 9 p.m. You know what? Here, let me see who's listening out there. Let's see which this space listeners or content creators, contributors, and hosts are listening right now. Because Wednesday this is my day for this space. Come on at 9. Hang out till very late, till Thursday, actually. So let's see if we can create some drama. I will tell you that Wednesdays don't start till 8 p.m. on this space. Are the daytime guys going to come at me? It's a little daytime, primetime rivalry. I would say when Looming Cast starts at 8 p.m., put your ears on. Yes, thank you for supporting the channel and watching all the earlier shows, but let's see who out there is like, buddy, we're going to crank it up a notch. You're done for. Let's see if let's see if Jeff Waldorf and Andrea Rovenski, who Andrea is day and night, by the way. It's a very interesting dynamic there. Let's see if Boston Brian, Jeff Waldorf, let's see if they're going to gang up on me. Let's see if Deter McBizness is going to stand for that shit. I do thank everyone for supporting this space. I really, really do appreciate it. We had a meeting today, this space industries, or as Andrea calls it, industries. And we talked about some stuff. We're having a lot of fun. See where this thing goes. But in the meantime, we are going to try to have, events along the way. So we'll see. But yeah, this was a good night for me. I'm just sort of killing time from 9 to midnight. This is fun. That's a good solid 3 hours. My regular content is still on hiatus. If you are a member over there, you're hearing all the reasons why. And I'm sharing some of the art that I'm making with you. And I'll be sharing more news soon on some things I'm working on. But your support over there helps support everything that happens here. In many ways, you make it possible for this space to exist. I really, really, really do appreciate it. You know, we just have too many folks watching right now to end. But I'm just going to wager that you can get more from Riverboat Jack than you can from me at the moment. And that's where all these are going to, that's where my channel and this space is going to redirect you. This is like the leftist boiler room. Which part? The whole channel? The whole collective? This moment right now, the last 4 minutes? Oh, left past 10? What's the boiler room aspect? I do think, like, look, I don't like to play favorites, but you can't watch 10 hours of streaming and not be like, he was cooking on that. Now, I'm a recent fan of Robert's solo work, Lumencast. I love that stuff. But if you watch Jeff Waldorf today, he was fired up. Jeff was like, first of all, he advertised Fville multiple times throughout the show, like more than once. He did not wait till the end. I thought that was great because if we have done anything on this network, it's that we somehow, with very little effort, convinced Jeff Waldorf to say the word Fville more than once a week. I went from once a week to several times. But he was so fired up today. Like, and it was a righteous fury. He wasn't doing it for clicks. The man was fired up. It was genuine. And you know it was because he would end a segment and be like, like, there's a couple times where I was like, easy, tiger. Easy, big fella. But that's a Seinfeld reference. I shouldn't do that. But anyway, that was a good one today. So if you want to circle back and watch anything from this space, watch the whole damn thing. But like, Jeff was on fire. That was great. And that's following Boston Brian. Like, that's a wild shit. And then Andrea. So it's like, look at how we've lined it up for you. Boston Brian, Jeff Waldorf, Andrea Rovenski, Sandee Lovas. You guys, come on. Everyone needs to be watching that, but like in that order. Like that's your set list. That's your track listing, right? Like these songs are in this order because they sound better back to back to back to back. But yeah, and Pinkerbell's like, you're picking a fight with a solid lineup. I know. But like, come on. Left past 10? It's heavy. Man, this is heavy lifting. Okay. Want to have your show and talk about the news? Fine. You want to plan what you're going to talk about? Okay. You want to just go like fever dream for 2 or 3 hours? Late at night into the wee hours of the following day? Anything could be said. Anything could happen. That takes effort. And it's effortless, which is kind of ironic, but it takes guts. You got to be able to talk like you know what you're talking about when you have no idea what you are saying. Do you hear the words coming out of my mouth? Good. Neither do I. Anyway, fuck this, man. It's late. I mean, look, if you need a better example of the shit that can fucking happen here, where did it go? This isn't even the craziest thing. Jake wore his own hair as hair. What the fuck is going on here, man? This show is crazy. Finally, no talking. Since it's just me, there's no one here talking. This space sent you. The Letterhack sent you. Say hi. Be nice. Introduce yourself. We're back on at 1 o'clock tomorrow, right here on thisSpace.tv. Bring your Jake Bug.